I'm Chelsea from the Caltech STEM research course, along with Marlena, Randy, Matthew, Amber, Luke, and Lawrence. We are part of the Stoltz group under Professor Brian Stoltz, and we have worked with his graduate students to study organic chemistry, meeting with them every other week. Their research in prior non-COVID years was about fragrance compounds, which are basically molecules that are used to create scents and smells. This year, we've mostly been learning about various organic chemistry concepts outside of the regular chemistry curriculum and doing concept maps and videos about them.
So some frequently asked questions that we're going to be covering are, what assignments do we do throughout the year? If the class is hard or not? What do you get out of the class, and how do you get in?
So the main assignments that we are doing this year are concept maps, the paper airplane project, and journals. So first, concept maps are basically detailed documents on specific topics that we're learning that week. In the Stoltz group, we learn about organic chemistry, and these concepts that we learn are usually outside of the regular Chemistry 1-2 or AP Chemistry curriculum. And after we learn about the topic and write about it in the format of the video over here, we produce a video on the topic that we learned.
Another assignment that we mainly focus on in quarter one is the paper airplane project. So basically, it is a series of experiments regarding paper airplanes and the aerodynamics around them in the flight, like lift, drag, and thrust. And afterwards, we write a detailed research paper talking about the results of our experiments and how the different factors affected the flight. And the goal of this assignment is to focus on how to write a research paper, which would prepare you for future college assignments.
Next up is the journals. These are basically just summaries of what you learned from the mentors and also just what you've been doing in the course, any struggles you had, any successes. It's just a way to sort of recount exactly what you're doing in Caltech STEM and what you're really getting out of it.
So we know a lot of you are probably wondering whether this class is hard, and I know some of you are probably a little nervous about it. But really, you get to decide how hard this class is, whether you do just the bare minimum or you go beyond in order to enhance your understanding of some of these really complex organic chemistry concepts. They can be really hard at first, but thanks to the graduate students and their online resources, they can help clear some of those gaps for you in your understanding. And if you do the work, you will do just fine in this course. And with respect to your grades, they will be determined based off the concept maps and the journals that were discussed just previously. And you do about one of those per week. This class gives you honors credit, and it's an easy A, just as long as you do your work. And again, you get to decide how much work you do. Because in the world of research, there's no such thing as knowing too much or knowing everything that is out there.
So for this course, you'll get technical writing skills from doing the paper airplane project, and you get to learn the research process. So what it's like to basically know nothing about a subject and have to gain a complex level of understanding. And hopefully that you'll get lab experience next year. Usually by around second semester, you get to go into the lab and actually carry out some of these processes that you've been learning about. And of course, you get insight into complex organic chemistry topics. So to get in, ideally you'd have a Chem 1-2 background, but it's not required. Most of us have taken or are currently taking AP Chemistry as well. And our application process has 3 rounds, including a written application and also 2 interviews. The maximum number of people in a group would be 8, but most groups have less than 8, and our group in particular has 7, so 5 juniors and 2 seniors.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We really hope that you apply for this very interesting course.